It was Senator Clinton who revealed the existence of a commander-in-chief threshold on the 6th of this month. It was her advisor, Howard Wolfson, 4 days later, who let the ultimate cat out of the ultimate bag, that there is a key commander-in-chief test. Well, get a pencil, a number 2 one, and some paper, and find out right now if you or your favorite candidate are presidential timber. Because in our number 2 story in the countdown, it took us 3 weeks, but we have located a copy of the actual commander-in-chief threshold test. Question 1. Where does the Green Bay Packers football team play its home games?
And in deference to Lambert Field and Vince, whom I've quoted a few times, I got to go to this Packer fan here.
Miss this one, as that gentleman did, and your margin of victory in Wisconsin is reduced to less than 12,000 votes. Lambeau Field. Question 2. There's a guy you don't like with a camera at a campaign spot. Do you call him A, our young visitor, or B, an obscure racial term from North Africa?
Let's give a welcome to Makaka here.
Question 3. The Commander-in-Chief Physical Challenge. Question 4. Have you ever hosted a failed show on this network? Question 5. Are there still air check tapes of these shows?
Welcome to Making Sense. I'm Alan Keyes.
A yes to question 4 and or 5, and you have failed the Commander-in-Chief test. Question 5A. Have you ever been tardy to a show on this network?
Keith, sorry we're a little bit late. Hope we don't mess up the countdown.
The very thought sickens me.
Question 6. The biathlon event. Just like the Olympics, a combination of cross-country and shooting. Question 7. Military experience. If you have any, make sure you bring documents. Question 8. Military experience. If you have any, even if you served in Korea, do not pose in a tank if you look funny in a helmet.
America can't afford that risk.
Question 9. What is the correct way for a commander-in-chief to address the subject of the presidential in scene?
Let's see if you can't leave me about an inch from where the zipper ends, round under my back to my bunghole.
Question 10. How often should the commander-in-chief joke about nuclear holocaust?
I've signed legislation that will outlaw Russia forever. We begin bombing in 5 minutes.
Let me repeat question 10. How often should the commander-in-chief joke about nuclear holocaust?
Bomb Iran. bomb. Anyway.
Question 11. Which previous commander-in-chief should you invoke the most often during your campaign?
From Ronald Reagan,
President Reagan,
Ronald Reagan,
Ronald Reagan,
Ronald Reagan,
Ronald Reagan,
Ronald Reagan,
Ronald Reagan, Ronald Reagan, Ronald Reagan,
Ronald Reagan,
Ronald Reagan.
like Ronald Reagan.
Question 12. How close should you claim your relationship to that commander-in-chief was?
We've had triumphs. We've made some mistakes. We've had some setbacks.
Question 13. Are you now, or have you ever been, confused about who will be your right-hand man when you are commander-in-chief?
The left hand now knows what the right hand is doing. The left hand now knows what the right hand is doing.
Question 14. The lightning round.
Can you name the president of Chechnya?
No, can you?
Can you name the president of Taiwan?
Yeah, Lee. The new Pakistani general has just been elected. He's not elected. This guy took over office.
And you could name him.
General. I can't name a general.
And the Prime Minister of India?
The new Prime Minister of India is, no.
Question 15. Who is the new president of Russia?
Medvedev, whatever. Yes.
Question 16. Explain the fallacious reports of any interaction between secular groups amid the 90% Shia population of Iran and the violent groups of extremists in 40% Sunni Iraq identifying themselves as Al-Qaeda in Mesopotamia, and no help from the other students.
Al-Qaeda is going back into Iran and receiving training and are coming back into Iraq from Iran.
You said that the Iranians were training Al-Qaeda.
I'm sorry, the Iranians are training extremists, not Al-Qaeda.
I said no help.
Anyway.
And lastly, question 17, the Commander-in-Chief Field Danger Assessment. Watch this sample videotape carefully. Is this a dangerous situation on the front line somewhere, requiring the Commander-in-Chief to run to his or her vehicle, or is this a meet and greet photo op at an airport? And for bonus points, is that a little girl with a poem or a sniper? A very short sniper with a poem. So if you got between 0 and 4 answers correct, you're not only not qualified to be president, you shouldn't even be allowed out of the house by yourself. 5 to 8 right, it probably wouldn't hurt if you visited Washington, but please don't stay overnight. 9 to 14 right, well, we've done worse. But if you are going to run, we recommend you stick to trying to seek the nomination of the Whig Party or perhaps the Federalists. 15 or more right, congratulations. You are qualified to be president. So why on earth are you wasting your time watching this show?